is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense will get the football first. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before. And that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity.
Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. The Irish generating heat from the linebacker position. A Mike Stonebreaker, Manti Te'o type play.
Hey, when you can get linebackers that can get after the quarterback, they can be a force on first, second, and third down, get in the quarterback's face, make his life heck. Really nice job by the linebacker there.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Grabbed behind the line, it's Hayes. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Breaks into the open. He's at the 50, the 30, the 10, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
On the move from inside his 5. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Notre Dame's offense will go to work for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will.
Nowhere to go, and the ball was loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
And wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry, and shut that run game down. Like, they were ready for that. Second down now. A little more space for the offense. Backed up. A little more room to operate and try to maybe find some windows to throw a football.
That quarterback put the space in the fan. I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Man, those are so frustrating. When you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other.
Oh, it's blocked. back on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Smith takes the handoff. There he goes! They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Looks as if he's going to run it. Oh, better look out!
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Dragged down at the 46 after a pickup of 5 and the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback run is part of their game plan.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3. After the productive 1st down play at 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Wisconsin is ahead early inside Camp Randall, but that's not exactly Ron Dane out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 11 over Maryland. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
On the move. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Wilson will throw. Complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Hayes. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Here's a hit. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. The give to the back. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Goes to the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
The Irish send out the punt unit. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Stopped almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Makes the grab. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you could tell, took the football, got north-south, got upfield, got a great positive gain and a positive play for this offense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Well, a short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
He'll pull it on the read. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution of the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much. The roughing the passer penalty. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the back. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Working that left side. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there. They use the jump play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree. Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys playing with excellent instinct, running down the hill and making a tackle.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. At the 35, he's open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Wilson to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll work his way down to the 28.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that.
Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
The Yellow Jackets now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Fakes the grab on the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now put you in a successful position for 3rd down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And that lead grows even bigger. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here come the Irish back on offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really save the but they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Let's see what he can do with it. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field.
They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting.
Wilson will throw. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in the rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
We're just about ready to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
He'll keep it himself. Finding an escape route. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. He'll do it himself. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Nice job by this defense, stringing along the option, not letting him make a decision right away, and that's why they could corral to the football, get him on the ground, and make sure that option didn't get a big gain.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Notre Dame right back to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
Pass interference.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them pinned deep. And they didn't pick up any extra room to operate, but they at least got it back to the original line of scrimmage. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And the Yellow Jackets decide to... And he ends. Seeking a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. To the air on first down. That's reeled in at Simmons. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Sends it back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Smith. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Running back searching for a hole. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Let's see what they've got on second down. Wilson to pass. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Mitchell. At the 20, he's got space. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They don't mind being aggressive from deep in their own end, and it paid off there as they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. He's going to take off, and he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit. And here comes the offense on second down. Takes the handoff. It's Mitchell. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The volley cheers going on high. And here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. So the quarterback stood in there and took that hit, and it pays off with a roughing the passer penalty and a first down. pressure. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
I got to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a defense contain this quarterback the way this defense has in this game today. Multiple sacks. They have been so disruptive. Multiple guys up front winning their one-on-ones. We got to give the D coordinator a ton of credit. He has dialed up the perfect plays and the perfect moments, and they have made this guy's life a living nightmare tonight.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Quarterback will keep it. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That one was leaking and losing altitude fast, but it made it home. And that will extend their lead even further.
This kicker is mentally tough, man. There are not a lot of guys that would have a kick blocked earlier in the game come out here and make that kick you just saw. That was awesome.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here come the Irish back on offense. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Throws to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this third down play. Wilson will throw. Sends it downfield. Makes the grab. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
Push down for the tackle.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And the punishment has been extended. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They didn't get much done the last time they had it and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Motion from the back. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Snap from the gun on third down. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Gets it past the marker. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Simmons.
You're going to have to design something a little bit better than that, fellas. I mean, you're throwing the football, you get 1 yard, and that was not an easy catch, by the way. He toe-tapped, made sure he got his foot down, but I don't know if that was worth it for a 1 yard gain.
From the gun, running back gets the give. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Off play action. It's complete to the left. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal.
Well, if you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've had for this guy at wide receiver. He is one of the best in the entire country with his speed and his athleticism, but they have had a plan for him. Whether it's man coverage, zone, they've been able to double him, they've been able to change up the looks, and they have not been able to get him involved in the game, and that's why they're going to win this one.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And he'll be stopped for no gain. Still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And the running game is so important when you get inside that 10-yard line and that field starts to shrink. And it's so nice to have a back with some physicality. Great job running the football, using that stiff arm, finishing the run, and getting in the end zone.
He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Right back to the well.
I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Yellow Jackets have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound their way in. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And the route is on. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here come the Irish back on offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Unleashes it on the run. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Irish send out the punt unit. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.